Hi, hello, good evening, salutations, and welcome back to the Headaches and Hot Takes podcast. I'm your host, Chaperian, alongside my co-host, Hern. He's the guy over there losing his mind for reasons you at home will never know.
Oh, they will.
No, they won't.
They will.
Or you help. I don't even know what I was going to say. Or so help me, you aren't Aloysius McBasketball, the father of Crangus, a.k.a. the secret eighth member of BTS, known as Suyeon, a.k.a. three-time television champion under the ring name of Georgia Mud Fudge. Yes, like the Dairy Queen Blizzard, which has been discontinued. The Herniator. That's you.
Folks,
what a night it's been. What a night it's been.
This is our third time rolling. Because
well,
this man,
your
first
third,
off,
my second.
First off, this man's tripod is 80 years old and can no longer support the weight of his phone, apparently.
It's like never been used for anything but the podcast. Legit.
And it just apparently it's slowly dipping. And he, being your lovely co-host Chaperian,
I'm losing my mind.
He cannot lose. Yeah.
That's me. I'm the co-host Chaperian. The one and only.
So we have literally, at first it took 10 minutes of him trying to get his tripod to work.
It's insane.
And I was just losing my mind. And then just now we got going. We talked for 7 minutes?
5.
Not incredibly long. It was at least 5 minutes.
It was 5.
We talked.
I saw the time when I stopped you. 5.
Don't I'm not outlandish for confusing 5 to 7.
You are outlandish for more reasons than that.
We talked for 5 minutes, and he looks down and says, "I'm double recording," which means that basically he was going to sound like this. I'm making a complete what of myself.
The most embarrassing thing you've ever seen.
The most embarrassing thing you've ever seen. So we had to restart again. So here we are.
Beautiful.
Are you good? Can we do a quick check? I'm double rolling. Are you good?
I might throw up, but I'm good otherwise. I'm kidding.
Push through it.
Tell me now or I'm gonna throw up.
Tell me right now. Oh God, so true.
I've talked enough for this episode so far. You need to just talk now. You can even finish what you were gonna say because you have something you want to start the pod with, sir. That I've already heard because we got 5 minutes balls deep into an episode and then had to stop.
Yep. You've heard half the story already.
Now we're trying to restart.
It was supposed to be a curveball, and now you've heard half of it.
Now I know what pitch is coming.
All right.
We'll make it easier to hit out of the park. We'll have to see.
I wanted to get your opinion on this. We're playing Faking It. For anybody who doesn't know what the game Faking It is, you play it on your phone. Up to 6 people. Everybody else gets instructions. Raise your hand if you've pooped today. Point at the person most likely to get a speeding ticket. Whatever. One of you is the faker, and you get no instructions. It says try to blend in, point at someone. Try to blend in, raise your hand or not. And you try to go 3 questions without being caught as the faker. You got to excuse yourself. Even if you point at somebody and it's sus, you're supposed to oh, well, because blank, and try to escape. Very hard game, but very fun game. First off, the video I tweeted, I don't know if you saw this or not. I was the faker. Again, there's 3 questions. At every round, there's 3 questions, and you're trying to escape. Normally, they start off, pretty decent. You could almost get away if you could talk for yourself. You could almost get away with the first question almost always.
Good at BS and stuff, you can really get away with about anything.
Right. By the 3rd question, it's normally okay, you're going to have to work.
Bro.
You're going to have to guess right. You're going to have to guess who to point at, guess how many fingers to hold up, because some of them are hold up as many fingers as pairs of shoes you're wearing. Some of them get hard. The first question, dude, on the number one. Hold up as many fingers as feet you are tall. Example, 5 feet, you can hold up 5 fingers. I don't know about you and your experience, but most of the time playing this game, the numbers,
1 or 2,
odd.
Usually.
It's odd that you get a high number. It's odd that I'm holding up 7 fingers, even if I know the question.
Which you would be for this question.
Yes, I should be holding up 6.
I was messing around. I was going to say 7. I'm saying you'd be holding up 7 for this question.
Yeah. So, because I'm the faker, and because you normally go low, I hold up 3. I'm sitting there and of course everybody else in the room was holding up 5 or 6
Low
fingers.
is so much easier to explain than high. If you go way high, you're like, hey, yo, what?
Oh.
You pooped 5 times today?
Yeah.
Usually, that's one of the questions.
Right.
Keep going.
But I'm on up 3 fingers, and there's no excuse. I'm not talking myself out of that. Oh, I misread the question. No, it's pretty straightforward. This is the first question, dude. And somehow I'm so happy my controller picked up the discourse of us all, and you just hear me raging. What a stupid first question! I'm so mad over it. It is. You haven't seen it? Dude, I was cracking up. It's a ridiculous first question. That means there's one answer that's right. Maybe you're 5'11" and you could have held up 5 or 6 and then talked your way out of it. But even then, again, that's a high number. As a faker on the number, I never did just going out 6. I'm never doing that. So that was stupid.
Very stupid.
We're playing faking it. There was another question. It was the finger game. Again, the number game. The finger game. The number game. Hold up as many fingers as flights that you've been on this year, was the question. And the discourse began over what do you consider a flight? Because
Interesting.
So, like, the friends that just arrived that came here with us.
They flew.
First off, we said year, as in, like, not like till January of 2024. We said the past year.
Past year.
One of them held up 3. And one of them held up 6. We were like, okay, well, one of you is wrong. Because there are a couple, like, I'm assuming one of you has been on double the amount of flights. One of them said, no, you fly to a place and you fly back a place. Yeah. That's 2 flights. And the other person said, no, it's like you fly to that place and back that place. That's 1 trip. That's 1 flight.
Yeah.
And the whole discourse began, dude. So I want to know, because there were some of us that said, I count every leg of the flight.
I was wondering about that as well. I was like, someone going to be like, I had a connector. On the way there, but not on the way back, so that's 3.
So I do think technically, if you want to be technically correct, how many flights have you been on this year? It would count the legs. It would count every leg. It would count to and from. But I personally don't count it. I was on the side of, if I fly to and from a place, that's 1 trip.
I was going to say, I'll just come in now because I have my answer prepared. Gonna preface this by saying it's probably your least favorite type of answer that I give. Because depending on the exact wording of the question or the context of the conversation, my answer is going to vary.
All right.
Give me the wording of this question. Flights you've been on this year?
Hold up as many fingers as number of flights you've been on this year.
Okay. Because stupid as this might be, my answer to that would have been every single individual leg. Last year, I flew to Minneapolis from Minneapolis. That's 2. I would have said 2. On our honeymoon, which is the only other time I've flown, this isn't even necessary, actually, because it's the same exact answer. We had a connector, and then got to the destination, and then flew back direct. So that's 3. I was going to say, though, if the question would have said the amount of times you've flown, a beautiful, nice past tense word, flown, I would have just said 1. I flew to Minneapolis and then back. I just flew once. I tell people I've only flown twice, to my honeymoon and that trip last year. That's it.
Yeah.
So,
I honestly, it's funny you say that because that's literally exactly what I said. I said, I guess technically the number of flights you've been on. No way. The number of flights you've been on would count. I mean, every leg is a flight. Flight 2126.
That's a flight.
2130.
That's a flight.
It's a flight. I don't. First off, who does? Who keeps track of like, oh, in the past year, because that would mean, you take 6 trips. You might have flown technically like 30 times.
Yeah, very possible.
Like,
how many trips? How many flights you have on your trip next week? 2 at least.
We have 2. So like
2 there, 2
we
back.
have one plane, 2. We technically have 2 planes too. It's 1 big flight, a short flight, a long flight. I promise you, I'm gonna say that it's like 1 flight.
I agree.
Say
we flew 1 time.
Like, yeah, that's what I'm gonna say. I know it's not technically correct, but that became this whole thing, and I was like,
those are the best. The stupid discussions
I
you get,
love
and you're like, these are so inconsequential. But those are the best ones.
It's my favorite thing. Yeah, and that's one of those like I really don't think like I can't fault you for saying like no, I'm counting to and from, because then one of the people that counted like the to and from, not the legs. This person counted like flying to a place and from a place as 2 separate flights, regardless of the legs.
Yeah, I get that actually. Just 2 regardless. Flew back. Right. That's 2. I could see that too.
The biggest thing was the timeline, which the timeline does play a role, I think. Like, if I fly to our hometown for a weekend, I am definitely counting that as 1 flight. But if we fly in on March 1st and we stay a month, is that still just 1 flight?
No.
And I don't know.
Yeah, it's a good point, actually. That's
when is the cutoff?
2. Yeah. What if you're there for like 6 months? That's my flight back. unless you booked one round trip, in which case I maybe would count it as one. But then again, I don't know, man. Interesting question. I'm not sure there's a correct answer.
I don't think there is. I
say.
guess technically, I do think if we want to get technical, I think the correct answer would be you count every single leg. I just don't think a lot of people do that. I don't think, if you ask anybody how many flights you've been on the last year, I don't know. I honestly want to know. Sound off. If I asked you how many flights you've been on the past year. In the comment section
down below, and smash that like button as you hit subscribe and hit the bell notification. Just
bang, bang.
Sound off. At HeadacheSpot on Twitter.
Let us know. What do you count as flights?
How many flights have you been on in the last year? And justify your answer with
excruciating
detail. We have to know.
Please.
So, okay. Well, I'm glad you proposed that. I'm glad we kind of see eye to eye, even though it's not really a definitive answer. So, that's just kind of the way it is.
The best. Pal, the best. You were due a 1-800 steamer. And I think you'll admit you didn't deliver a steamer.
I said the most popular movie snack is the worst. That's not a hot take to you?
You admitted it wasn't a steamer. You literally were like, bro, I got nothing.
Until I came up with that. Well, I was giving into the pressure.
It was pretty good.
I made it to you that day. Earlier, but that day before I had the hot take, I said that.
On a Scoville level between 1 and 10, 10 being hot, I would give that
what was
like
your
a
spicy
7.
one that you gave? You were like, that was spicy.
I think the hottest one I've had yet, the one that spurred the whole episode almost, was the NBA champs are not world champs.
Yeah. And you don't think especially from like most people's like willingness to discuss the subject, what's a hotter take? Popcorn sucks at the movies, or Denver Nuggets is going to world champions this year. They're hot. What do you think is more hot to most people?
I think mine's hotter. Sound off.
I think you're hotter too. What does that have to do with anything?
Ooh. I'm excited.
Why are you saying this? What makes you say this at this point in time in our particular weekly episodic show, sir?
Because I'm excited for this particular weekly periodic, whatever the crap you just said, piece segment.
Known as what?
Of what?
Of what? Of what? The week. What? It's the hot take of the week, I believe.
And/or headache.
And/or headache.
You don't really do headaches. I'm more.
I don't try. I try not to. No, I try not to. Although, yeah. I don't know if you're gonna love what I'm gonna do with this segment this week, or you're gonna hate it. I don't know if you're gonna love it or if you're gonna hate it.
Oh boy.
We are going to have a Chaperian special moment here. A nice Chaperian special. Where Hern, my co-host, is going to pick which hot take I deliver this week without specifically knowing what the hot take is. Because I had one picked all day, all week, easy peasy.
Okay.
And then I had a nice little moment earlier today that sent me off the deep end in my mind.
Sounds like one's a headache, one's a hot take.
It's not, because of how extreme I went.
Okay.
It was a headache moment that turned into a hot take. How about that?
Ooh,
serious.
Okay. I'm excited.
Do you want to pick the hot take that is more timely? It might not be evergreen to use 2 or 3 weeks from now. Or do you want to pick the headache that might have ethical implications that are not considered moral?
Okay, hang on. Because obviously
you pick right now. You pick.
Oh my god! When you teed it up as like one of these is gonna expire, the other one, I was like, okay, I have to pick that one. We can't. Talk
I know, right? And like the other one,
but you know me,
might make people think I'm a terrible person.
I gotta pick that one. I got to. That's gonna spur the more debate.
But that means we might have to let one go by the wayside for now. We'll see when next time I'm due up.
Maybe we'll just let you double down again.
Yeah, we'll see. Okay. Maybe.
Maybe next week we have a double hot take. How about that?
We got a double hot take for next week's episode. We each give a hot take. It is called the Headaches and Hot Takes podcast. So I mean, about time we start dishing some out. But at this point, we just kind of talk about whatever.
What? In honor of episode 34, the number.
The episode 34. God dang it!
Yeah.
Wake up out there! It's episode 34. We might do it.
Rule 34.
We'll see. Welcome to Rule 34 Headaches and Hot Takes. Buckle up, buckaroonies.
I'm excited.
Don't Google Rule 34 headaches and hot takes, ladies and gentlemen.
I'm
I'm not kidding. I'm not kidding. Don't Google it. Don't Google it. Don't do it. What are you doing?
What's gonna happen?
The NSA is gonna hate your guts and come right through your computer and arrest you. I don't want to know where this is going. I don't want to know.
It's a bunch of blurred images. I can't see anything. It's all blurred. It's all got like the sensitivity.
It's like, I don't think you want to see. I don't think you want to see this, bro. I don't actually think you want to see this.
Oh God, these are pretty terrible.
What'd you say?
These are pretty terrible.
Then get off it! What are you doing?
These have nothing to do with headaches.
These are just penises. What does this have to do with headaches?
These are just.
What does a penis have to do with a hot dick? There's nothing hot about that dick.
All right,
Anyways,
pal.
the hot take of the week.
Back into it.
What a segue. And I hope that you know at home, we're not staging that. He 100% just did that. I know him. I know for a fact he really just pulled up Rule 34, which I'm not kidding. Don't Google it if you're at home. I'm not joking. I'm dead serious. Don't Google it. I'm not kidding. I swear to God. The God struck me dead right now. I'm not kidding. Don't Google it, okay?
Okay.
For the people who are listening, could be like, I'm going to Google it. Don't! I'm overmodulating my mic to warn you.
Of course.
Don't Google it.
What is the
said,
ethical, moral, whatever the crap you call it, hot take? I want to hear that one.
So I'm going to be honest with you. I thought at first, like you said, that you were going to pick the timely one. So this one isn't as fleshed out. But I'll get to it. It's kind of a story time, okay?
Ooh.
It's not super deep. It's not even that interesting until I get to my hot take on it. So I've gone on the record about how terrible the driving is in Cincinnati. We've talked about it. If you don't like my speed, go around me. If I'm in the left lane, I'm already going over the speed limit. And you don't like my speed, deal with it or go around me.
Yeah, exactly.
However, I put a tweet out last week that almost verbatim, if not exactly verbatim, said, if you hit me because you were doing this, I promise to God I'm getting out of the car and I'm going to unalive you. And like, what, all 175 pounds of me? All 175 pounds of me? Really? Yeah, I'm dead serious. I don't care what it takes. I'm going to unalive you if you hit my car doing this.
You 175? Okay.
Is that good or bad?
He's pretty good. How tall are you?
It's pretty solid. 5'11".
That's pretty good.
Oh.
So stupid.
Oh, man. Because it was a video of someone on Twitter being so irregardless, not only to their own safety, but to everyone around them as well. I mean, I'm talking literally going 25 or more over the speed limit on the interstate between two lanes, constantly going between two cars. I mean, honestly, borderline unfathomable sight. I'm almost like, I cannot believe that someone did this. Like, that just didn't have a death wish. A wish to unalive themselves. You know what I'm saying? Because we can't say that word. Don't say that word. The K word. Unalive. It's unalive, Hern. And I said, if you hit my car, and especially if you injure me doing this, even if it's after I'm out of the hospital and my leg is no longer broken, I'm going to unalive you. Don't do that to me.
I will find
because you're being so stupid to the point that I have a zero tolerance level for. Okay? That's not even the hot take.
Finish the story.
Someone was doing that today on the interstate. And they were like, again, seeing it in person, it's almost unfathomable.
Right.
And I'm like, this person we're all going like 55 because that's the speed limit. This person's doing at least 85 or so in like a crappy 2016 Honda that they definitely think makes them a cool dude, bro. And they definitely wear a cool Honda hat.
Civic?
I think it was a Civic, yeah.
Of course it was. Yep.
Stupid. Dude took an IQ test and the results came back negative. One of those kinds of people. And you know that. You know it's one of those kinds of people, okay? And I'm driving, and I tend to keep a space between me and the car in front of me unless I just can't. Because that's just how I do. So this guy, I don't even see him. And I'm always looking at the cars behind me. I never see him. He goes. and then immediately over to the right, back over to the left, back over to the right, back over to the left. And my wife says, as if he can hear her, as if he can hear us. She's talking to him. He can't hear us.
You have to. Yeah.
She goes, dude, you can't just pass traffic. There's traffic. Stay back. And I mean, for about 45 seconds or a minute or so, I mean, he was like only 4 car lengths in front of me. He was going, right in everyone's butt. I mean, like a little like on the brake from the cars in front of him, and he's hitting them. Like on the brake. And he's hitting these guys, okay? And then eventually, like, finds an opening and gone. And I'm like, but like I could see the whole way he's still playing pole position, the old arcade game. I mean, there was a 10-second period where he changed lanes at least 4 times. Sometimes back to the same way. I'm like, this looks like you're playing Frogger. Except it's people's lives at stake, bro. If you hit someone. What if there's a freaking child in the back of the car? And like, I hate to go all boomer on you here, bro. I hate to go all boomer. And I especially hate to go, I went Canadian there for a second. I especially
sorry about that. Especially.
about that. I hate to say what I'm going to say.
No, you don't.
But I need a law in this country. This wonderful country we live in. I should be able to film that happening, send it to the cops, and him go to jail. Not kidding. I should be able to be like, look at this idiot. Pull out your phone. Okay. Films him doing it, right? And either you or the owner of the car, whichever one, if we can't find who you are specifically, the owner's going to jail. So you better not let anybody drive your car, pal. Go to freaking jail. I'm not kidding. You're going to jail. 6 months in jail. That'll teach you to stop driving like freaking idiots. Because I don't care if you hurt yourself. I don't. If you due to your own decisions want to hurt yourself, fine, don't give a crap. You could kill me. My wife drives alone quite a bit. You could kill her. You or your wife, I imagine, drive alone with your baby sometimes. Your wife could be out with your baby. They could kill both of them.
Yep.
Because they want to play pole position, act like Dale with their car. I'm Dale! I'm Dale! I'm Dale! I don't have time for this! I am Dale! Freaking Earnhardt! And I'm tired of it. I'm beyond sick of it. It's not funny. Don't laugh. It's not funny.
That was funny.
I'm sick of it.
It's not funny.
I should be able to take a freaking video of you and or the owner of your freaking car, if it's not the owner driving it, you do jail time. Because the second you go up and say, hey, it's either you or the person that was driving your car that you could get some sort of alibi for driving your car this day, they were doing 6 months in jail. So was it you or was it someone else? I'm not kidding. Jail time. Because, like, how boomer is it of me to say, I don't think we fear the punishments enough in this country. What's a cop going to do? I got pulled over for going 98 and a 70 one time. I deserved the ticket that I got, not the amount that I got. I believe it crossed the constitutional right of an excessive fine, but that's beyond the fact of this statement.
Now you got to say the amount.
$600. $600 ticket.
Whoa!
Yeah, fun times. I agree that I deserve all the points on my license gone, like I got. I agree that I deserve the ticket. I don't agree that I deserve $600 jail time because of the scope of the circumstances. I'm not being a hypocrite. I was not doing what this person was doing. I was nowhere near any other car. I was going downhill. I didn't stop accelerating as I was going downhill. There's a cop at the base of the hill. I was realistically going like 85. I never stopped accelerating when I got to the downhill because I was jamming out to TI in the car.
TI?
Yeah.
Okay.
I agree that I deserve punished. And that punishment sucked, and now I don't speed anymore. So maybe that punishment was fitting. I do speed some. I shouldn't say I don't speed at all. I don't do that. I don't do that. I don't do that. I don't do that.
I don't do 98 and a 70 anymore.
No.
No, I do 95.
I was gonna make that. But, like, I'll tell you this right now. If jail time was a threat, I'd have made sure I wasn't going 98 and not 70. And, like, I guess if you're going fast enough, it is at their discretion. You can, like, go to jail.
I'd say you could have.
I could have gone to jail for that.
You were reckless driving, yeah.
I was. But, like, it's clearly not a big enough threat. It's clearly not. People do it. People clearly don't fear the punishments enough. And I'm trying so hard because it's important to me that we don't, to not get political. Because I'm not trying to be politics. This sounds very extreme right-wing of me. I'm aware of that. Sorry. It's not my goal. It's not my ethics. But I'm like, people are being stupid, and it could kill other people. Mm-hmm. Why don't we make it illegal? Okay, well, it is illegal. Okay, so they get punished for it. Yes, they do get punished for it. Okay, they clearly don't fear the punishment enough, or they don't believe in you to enforce that punishment. Let's open it up. Let's open the floodgates. Let me film this idiot driving. Mm-hmm. Get some video footage. And also, I guarantee you, all you have to do, make it a nice $100 reward for every idiot you put behind bars.
Ooh.
Because then, guess what? It would have been my footage, the guy in front of me's footage, the guy to the left of me's footage. We were in traffic, like crazy traffic. There would have been 10 guys that turned him in. Mm-hmm. $100 to the first person, but you don't know if you're the first person for a full week. That way you get all the videos submitted.
You thought about this?
No, I haven't. I swear to God I haven't. I'm just thinking, this is on the fly, pal. This is off the top of my head. Smart. Why not? We can afford $100 to get some more idiots behind bars. I know we got a lot of people behind bars already. I know we have a lot of people behind bars. Some who don't deserve to be there. I agree the prison system is messed up. I agree the justice system is messed up. I don't agree that you should be able to do that and not have to fear jail at all. Because you are putting people, like, I'm almost equivocating in my mind to attempted murder. Oh, thoughts?
Dude,
thoughts?
What did we talk about more on the show than anything? Self-awareness. I hate. I agree entirely with what you said. If you want to be stupid, if you want to drive 100 miles an hour in a 50 miles per hour zone, whatever. You're stupid. Whenever you wreck, it's going to be fatal.
And if there's no one around, I don't care. I get it. And when I was going 98 and 70, there was nobody around me.
When you being stupid endanger me,
I have a problem with that.
That's like, dude, again, like, I don't think this is getting political, but Bob Huggins, the coach of the WVU men's basketball
This is going to get political because people have made it a politics issue. Keep going. I'm on your side, I guarantee
how it is, but my opinion is, dude had multiple DUIs. He obviously has the money to where he could have a driver. He could have a full-time driver if you want.
A full-time private driver, yeah.
You work in a part-time job, you could get an Uber every once in a while if you want. Get an Uber.
Unless you're making millions of dollars a year to coach a game.
The people that DUI, dude, I have no... Throw them respect in jail. You need your license taken. You need...
Unfortunately, yeah.
Because like you just said, you clearly have no... If you don't have care for yourself, if you drive with your seatbelt unbuckled, you're stupid.
Whatever,
but
don't care.
At least only you are being impacted by that.
I care if you fly out and you come through my windshield and hit me, but like that's so specific, right? Maybe in a head-on collision, but I mean...
Right.
Not similar to this at all.
If you drive with your seatbelt unclipped, you're stupid, but at least only you is affected in 99% of scenarios. Drive drunk, you have no regard for yourself. You have no regard for anybody else on the road. Anybody. Right. It could be a family of 4. It could be a 80-year-old grandma. It could be anybody.
We're talking killing people.
You have no care for anybody. Yeah.
Like, we're talking real chances of killing people. Very real. Like as real of a chance as a lot of the other hot button topics in this country today. A lot of which I agree we need more strict things around. So what? But again, this is just as real and more common. More common. I bet you they have. Can you not
do that? I'm honestly surprised.
We're not 100 days into the year, right? Keep going. What are you gonna say?
Go. No, you can. No.
We're not 100 days into the year. I bet you we've had at least over 1,000 DUIs this year. Easy peasy.
Oh, for sure.
Not even close.
Yeah.
And so every single one of those, I guarantee you, unless you were driving, 50 feet, you could have hit somebody. If you drove on the interstate for any time at all, you could have killed somebody. That's as good as attempted murder in my mind. It really is. Right? Or manslaughter. Attempted. Or not attempted, because you don't attempt manslaughter. That's the whole point.
Guess how many arrests are made in the United States every year for DUIs?
150,000.
1 million.
You're kidding.
That's sad, dude. That's sad, dude. That's when the CDC...
1% of them, Hern. If 1% of them get on the interstate, that's 10,000 people that, in my mind, are attempting murder. Attempting manslaughter. subjecting themselves to say, I can kill somebody, don't care. Don't care.
I
I'm going to get home. I'm good.
It's so stupid.
It's ridiculous.
If you have you could not have summarized it better. If you have no care for yourself, that's fine.
Don't
you
care.
do you.
I wish you the best.
Stupid,
I do wish you the best. But I don't
whatever.
care if that's what you
But
want.
the moment that you not caring for yourself or you don't care for anybody else, you need detained. You need off of the road. You don't need to be in public
about it.
Yeah.
And what better example than this guy looking like an arcade video game through, cluttered traffic today?
How much do you play into road rage? Because now, for years, I wouldn't really play into it. If my wife was in the car, I would try to play into it less. Now, if my wife or child or are in the car, obviously I don't play into road rage at all. I'm like, they're crazy. I want to back up. If it's just me, though, you've been in those situations. You see that guy you're talking about behind you. And
yeah.
He's coming, whatever. And you speed up and you keep the perfect pace of the car beside you. That way he can't get around you too. Do you ever do that? It's so fun.
Okay, so there was a case. I was coming home one night from going out and playing your favorite game, pickleball, with my work. And on my way home, it's a 2-lane that you have to take an exit. There's 2 exits. One is towards Dayton. One is towards Lexington. It's in Cincinnati, okay? And I see this guy from way back in my lane. I'm in the left lane, not because I'm the fast lane, but it's like I need to exit left.
You need to exit, yeah.
Which is a frequent problem in Cincinnati, by the way. I get on the interstate for 1.5 miles every day. I have to be in the left lane the entire time, both ways, to work and from work. And I'm just trying to get to my exit. But obviously, I remember this one time I got flipped off by a truck driver because I got over because I was like, it's either now or I'm missing my exit. I was letting everyone go, noom, 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 past me. I'm like, I have enough space here to do this safely. I'm going to do it. I got over. I rode for maybe 500 feet, and then I got off the exit. Truck driver honks and flips me off. He did not have to slow down for me at all, and if he did, it's because he was flying. And I'm like, this is my exit. You can see I'm taking the exit. You can tell this is where I needed to go. Cracks me up. But anyways, I'm coming home from work. I'll try to end the subject soon in case this isn't super interesting to people. Coming home from playing pickleball with my people from work. And I can see this guy. He's way back there. Like, I'm talking probably a quarter mile back. But I can see how fast he's going already as he comes to my lane. He's like flying, okay? It's a 2-lane. I can see he's doing that thing. Back and forth between every single car. Okay? And then he passes me. And I'm like, in my mind, I'm like, well, at least you're past me. Okay? If nothing else, you're past me. He's in the right lane. And there's 3 cars in my lane as we're approaching these exits. He nooms up there. Noom. Up there. He's in the right lane. And in my mind, I was legitimately thinking, thank God he's taking the other exit too. Get the heck out of here. I don't want anything to do with you, bro. Okay? At the last second, it's splitting off. There's a cinder block thing between there, a point. I guess it would be like this from your perspective. And he gets over right as soon as he has a car length between them and those other cars. And I'm like, you were that impatient when there's only one lane going where you're going to. You can't hit the brakes for 10 seconds. And in my mind, I'm thinking, because first of all, I saw him coming from way back there. I did. And as he was approaching there, I was like, at least he's going to the right. And if I was in those cars' positions above me, ahead of me, I would have been thinking that. The point of this, which is to say, if I was up there, I'd have made him hit that thing. Because there was not a car length between the lane and the wall. I mean, he slid in there. Perfectly. Well, he clearly knows what he's doing. Shut up. If you think that, seek help. I promise you, if I was that front car, I'd have made him hit that thing. Because I would have seen him coming, just like I did before. And I'd have been like, I'm not letting... he would have taken that right exit. And I would have assumed that's where he was going anyways, because he wasn't taking that left exit with me there. Unless he wanted to come to a complete stop, which he clearly didn't. He would have hit that freaking thing if I was there. So to that degree, I'll play into road rage. To any other degree, I have way too much anxiety and I'm scared of getting shot.
That's fair.
People have died for less.
What is your opinion on the trolley, the train situation?
Trolley.
5 people versus the one?
It's always the one, unless it's people close to me, which sounds immoral. And even then, there's a number in which I would say, and I would even tell my wife, you have to just kill me. I don't know what that number is, but there is an amount. But if 5 strangers versus You want to know one of my most ethical hot takes, pal? You want to know one of my most ethical hot takes?
Ethical or unethical?
Oh, I have an unethical stance on an ethics-based hot take.
Okay, let's do it.
I think if I played that game of $1 million for every time you press that button but someone dies, I'm probably hitting it at least 10 times.
How many times would I press that button? You push this button, you get $1 million,
But someone dies. Someone random.
Dies.
Confirmed random. As in true randomness. As in, if you know 50 people, there's a 50 in 8 billion chance of them being the one.
True. Could be you, though.
Could be you, but I mean, 50
1
in
in
8 billion.
Yeah.
I got 1 in 8 billion, brother. I'm taking that chance. Because here's the thing. I'm going to have the rest of my life with complete comfort. To deal with this guilt. Hey, dead serious. Making it seem selfless when it's not selfless. I know it's selfish of me to say this. I'm doing this. I might hit it 25 times. It's not funny. Because I could have so much money left over. Especially if I could put it into a high interest savings account, right? To where me, my wife, my kids, my grandkids don't have to worry about anything, nor do they don't even have to put themselves in this ethical situation. We're good. Don't worry about
25
it.
lives.
I'll deal with it. You know what I mean? 25 mil, I mean, you can do a lot. 25 sitting on 25 mil. How about that, bro?
How you feel?
I'm going to do something real quick. 8 billion.
8 billion.
Divided by, let's go 50. If you know 50 people that you'd be upset if they died because of you.
Sure.
You have a 1 in 160 million chance. That means essentially, how many people are in the U.S.?
Like 300 million? 300.
Okay, that means everyone in the U.S. could do this, and only 2 of us would kill somebody we know. Now, a lot of us are going to start dropping like flies if we all have access to this game.
Yeah.
Only 2 of us are going to kill somebody we know. I'm obviously doing this assuming this game is not like an ongoing, pull up to the gas station and play this game type deal. Like, it's just me. Just you. This game goes away after you're done playing it. Okay? Obviously. Want to play a game? So this game goes away after you play it. Are you hitting that button? And if so, how many times?
Man. I don't know, dude. This is where, I literally have, a little, angel and devil
I
on
get
the
it,
shoulders.
bro. I get it.
The angel's bro, what if somebody... How pissed would I be if somebody did that and my wife died and they got me? I'm like, you a-hole. You got me, not my wife died.
Am I the a-hole here?
You would be. But then I'm like,
but you'll never know. You might kill some dying 86-year-old person on their deathbed.
I might kill an 8-year-old.
You might kill a newborn.
Oh, God.
That's crazy,
I don't know,
bro.
dude.
I feel
I'm
just so tired of so many things in life.
But I could kill 25 people at random.
No. I could not, on my own. I don't know if we can keep this in the episode, bro.
I think we can so far. We can.
I'm like, would I be willing to make my own life infinitely better at the price
sacrificing
of
others?
25 people that I almost certainly do not know. I'll never know their families. I'll never know anything. I would assume if there's logic in this game, they're dropping dead, right? It's like they don't know that I did this.
But
right?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't think I could. But then my point is, this is a question I was going to ask you, and this part you might have to cut. But it's a legitimate question. Somebody breaks into your house tonight.
Killing them if I can.
Breaks.
Probably.
Okay. Are you losing an ounce of sleep over killing someone who breaks into your house?
Probably not.
I don't think I am either.
Because I'm like, you came in here and threatened me and my life and my wife. Mm-hmm. And the line that people are going to be like, well, you crossed that line. Yeah, I crossed the line. My cats? I'm dead serious. I swear to God.
No.
I think
that's fine.
I think all the time, what if someone breaks into my house when I'm not home and my wife's not home? They're going to get out with what they want, and that's cool. But what if they hurt my freaking cats? I'd still probably kill
John Wick. John Wick. You going John Wick on these mofos?
Yeah.
I think I have
Don't mess
long
with
said-
Chaperian.
I have long said that before we had a kid, if somebody broke into my house, I would try to like, what are you doing here? You need to leave. I have a gun. You know, I would try to deter them. I'm not going to shoot to kill. I'm not going to shoot to unalive.
Yeah.
I won't think twice about it. I will not lose a minute of sleep about it.
On
I
a stand your
promise I will
ground
not.
state.
Yeah, the only thing about even in Texas, apparently, it's not like you can't like shoot somebody for being on your property. They can be on your property even if they're not supposed to be.
Yeah.
The moment they enter I think it's called like the castle doctrine. Whenever they're like in your house, that's like
Well, you should not be able to shoot somebody for being on your property. So yeah, I have no
right.
problem.
Agreed. All that to say, back to the button scenario, I don't think I could push it and know that I am unaliving a potentially 100% innocent person. I don't think I could.
Yeah.
I'm all for.
And I'm just talking. I'm almost looking at it from a video game perspective, where I'm like, who cares? And it's not like that. This is real life.
Now, if you said push this button and a billionaire dies, I'm pushing that button 80 times. They've had us wait enough.
You didn't even say you get money in this case, I hope you know. Push this
No,
button.
yeah,
and
no money.
dies.
You put it like, okay, sure.
That's something you have maintained since our pilot episode that has never before aired. I hope you know.
Ooh, that's right.
Yeah. It's
See?
still sitting in
I'm
the
consistent.
vault. The vault.
I'm consistent.
The Headaches and Hot Takes vault. Yeah. You're into the whole killing unaliving billionaires thing. You're into the whole unaliving billionaires thing.
So just to recap, you come across a train track, and the train is going to run over 5 people and unalive them. Or you can pull the lever and make it switch tracks, and it's going to run over 1 person.
Almost always I'm going to pull the lever.
Like
and
I would
kill the person who otherwise was not going to die. Yeah, I probably am. Unalive the person. I am going to pull the lever and unalive the person who was almost otherwise not going to die. I said the K word. So
I don't think like people say like, well, if I don't touch the lever, then I didn't unalive him. You made the choice
by nature of it. It's like the same as lying by remission. I didn't lie. You purposefully left out information that you knew was going to mislead them. You lied by remission.
Yep.
You unalived them by your lack of involvement. Now, if the 1 person is a kid and the 5 people are old people, probably not pulling the lever.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Yep.
And honestly,
there are parameters. Yep.
There are plenty of old people who would say pull the lever. Anyways, there are plenty of old people who would say, "No, don't do it, dude. Don't. It's a 5-year-old over there. Don't pull the lever." So respect to those guys. No respect to that first group. So yeah, it matters. No respect to people who are like, "Pull it, kill the 5-year-old." Save me. And my social security checks. And my house I bought for 7 raspberries. That's now worth $3 million.
Dude. While we're on ethical dilemmas, really quick.
Okay. Running out of time.
I know. I forever said that I had this fear that I was gonna die young. I was like, with my luck, we've talked about it before. I was like, with my luck, I am gonna be on the receiving end of that drunk driver, and they're gonna hit me head on. I will have done nothing wrong, and I'm gonna get unalived. Now, my biggest fear is that happening to my wife, or God forbid, my wife.
Yeah, it's a bigger fear that happens to my wife than it happens to me. Yeah, it is.
That's the question. Okay, so that's the debate that my wife and I have had before. Like, obviously, at the beginning, I'm like, well, I hope I die first, because then, whatever. But then, like, assuming at God willing, you live until you're 85 years old,
okay,
and you still love each other. If you die first, your wife is living in quite literally anguish for a amount of time.
Yeah,
so is it selfish to say that you wish you die first, or is it almost?
Bit.
I don't know.
But it's almost an expression of your love. I don't think that's that hot of a take either way you go there. Now,
I think both are bad.
Do you think? I don't even know if this is an appropriate discussion or not, because we're just 2 straight white men that are already married in our 20s. It's like, who really cares what you think?
Oh, don't.
Would you die for your wife with any second thought? Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's how I knew. That's a big part in how I knew, like, this is absolutely who I should marry. That's the first person hashtag disrespect intended that I was ever with romantically. I was like, I'd die for them.
Right.
What a crazy thought. And I'm going to tell my kids this. Think to yourself. Once you're an adult, I'm not going to tell like my middle schoolers this.
Right.
Once you're like 16 and up, 17 and up, if you want to be with somebody long term, you need to think, would I die for this person? If the answer is no, they're not the one. Because I would die for my wife. I would die for my children that are not born, not currently fertilized or anything either, by the way. Not being
I was going to say announcement.
You muted yourself, I think.
No.
Are you talking? Are you there? What'd you say?
I got real loud. Oh,
it didn't come through.
So Discord probably didn't get it.
Yeah, it didn't
You'll
come
hear
through.
it in post.
I'll hear it in post, and you heard it live, folks. You heard it live. I would die, no questions asked for my wife. I would die, no questions asked for my future children. I would do anything short of dying. Anything. I would do anything except die for my cats.
Lose all 4 limbs.
I'm not kidding. What?
Lose all 4 limbs.
If that meant like, if it was like someone's going to kill my cats, or I have to lose all 4 limbs, my wife would be upset with me. Yeah, I'd do it. Is that stupid? Is that dumb?
Yes. Yes, that's stupid.
Dude, I have nightmares about bad things happening to my cats.
To be a vegetable or to have your 3 cats?
Vegetable, bro. I've got 4 cats.
Oh, never mind. It's good.
I could not stand the thought of knowing I could have done something to save them from getting killed.
I don't want my pets to perish either, but I promise you I'm not, because that's impacted your wife's life, that's impacted your kid's life, and I'm sorry, whose life means more? Your
well,
pets
that's a
or
good
your
point.
wife's?
That's a good point because it does impact my wife. So I'm like, I'd do anything for my wife, including die. Okay, well, she probably doesn't want me limbless. So
I mean, which let me
I'm
if I was
just a head and a torso, babe. Got news for you, babe. I'm just a head and a torso now. Why? This guy said he was going to kill all my cats, or he was going to take a limb for every cat we have. One of the two.
So now you have to take care of me around the clock.
Yep. Yeah, that's a good point. But I mean, that almost like crosses that first line of saying I would do anything for my wife. So,
Huh?
I said I would do anything for my wife, including die,
Correct.
if I had to. So then I clearly care about being a good and able husband for her.
Correct.
If that gets in the way, I can't do that.
Yes.
So, I mean, anything that applies to the first line of I would do anything for my wife, I would not apply to I would do anything for my cats.
There's some iRobot stuff. There's some iRobot. There's 3 rules.
Yeah,
and they
really
can't
deep.
interfere with each other. Yeah.
But, yeah, I'd do anything for my cats, too, short of dying. Which means, like,
Including being
unaliving someone else if it came down to it. I apparently have murder on my mind, Hern.
You do. You are, like, upset. And that's fine.
You are upset, pal. You need therapy. No.
I'm nervous to play Fortnite with you after this. I am. Like, what kind of mood is bro in?
Okay, well, I'm sorry for hashtag.
I'm sorry about hashtag.
Don't say sorry. I'm sorry. Sorry about that.
Sorry about.
I'm sorry about that.
A boot.
My favorite thing are Canadians who don't know they're Canadian until they say about. Like Chris Jericho is Canadian. I mean, he is definitely
Really?
Canadian when he talks. Yeah, you know Chris Jericho and you don't know he's Canadian. How about that, huh?
I mean, I don't know enough to where that's like. That's not shocking to know that I didn't know Chris Jericho was Canadian. That would be,
Yeah.
what? But
I'm more shocked to
I
know
know
that
Chris
you knew
Jericho.
Chris Jericho.
The Book of Jericho. Is it the Book of Jericho or the List of Jericho?
The list. You just made the list.
See?
had-
That's what I'm saying.
The lexicon of Les Champions as well, which was his non-WWE knockoff version of it, which was just the list as well.
I like that. Okay.
So, but that being said, we had another subject we wanted to get on this week. Is it a hot take to say that guy should have to go to jail for how he was driving there because he could have killed somebody? Is that a hot take? 6 months?
He absolutely should. Yep.
Yeah.
I agree entirely.
But it sounds terrible to be like, really, more people in jail? Like, the people that I tend to agree with politically and ethically would be like, really? I don't like that you say that. And I'm like, well, they're putting me at risk. My number one instinct is survival, and they're putting my survival at risk. So, like, screw them.
There are a lot of people in this country that don't belong in jail. There are a lot of people in this country that do belong in jail.
Agreed.
So, yep.
And some are in the other versions of where we'd say they belong. In jail, don't belong.
Yep.
Out of jail and do belong. How about that?
100%. 100% do.
So, here's looking at you, Martha Stewart.
He hung up. hung up. Dude straight hung up.
I didn't stop recording. So like the podcast kept going, and you don't have a clue what I just said, do you?
No.
How about it? It's a pretty funny line. I'm gonna leave it.
And you're not videoing either. You're not. I can't see your video. Is your video showing on your end? Because it's not on mine. Here you come. It's loading.
Boom. Boom.
Hey, boom. Borgor truck.
Boom.
Boom.
Borgor
truck. Bobo.
Hey, by the way, while we're here, if you're listening on YouTube and you enjoyed the episode, please hit that subscribe button. And if you enjoy the content we make and you think we're even a little bit funny, follow us on TikTok at Headaches and Hot Takes, because TikTok is treating us very poorly at the moment. And like some further proof that we are humans running the account would do us a lot of good. So if you could do us a favor, follow us on Headaches and Hot Takes, watch one or two of our TikToks all the way through, and tell us in the comments whether you thought they were good or terrible TikToks. If you thought this sucked, just comment that. I promise I can take it.
Yeah.
This sucked.
Yeah.
Why did you? I should not have watched this. This sucked. Okay.
We would like
but
to
you
know.
watched it all the way through, and it probably helped the algorithm because it thinks we're robots. So, anyways, we have one more thing we want to talk about this week. We definitely don't have time to go through both of them, I don't think.
Yeah.
I conceded to you last time, and I like what you have in store for us. But I kind of want to go with what I had in mind this time and save yours for another day. How about that?
Go ahead, Mr. Selfish.
Literally. Go ahead, Mr. I'd kill the whole world. Mr. I'd kill the whole world wants to go now. I bet he does.
This episode summarized, this episode bullet pointed has been, what do you consider flights? I would kill 25 people for $25 million.
And then, was this person being mean? Hey, what do you think a flight is? I would kill everyone listening to this for so much as a single shekel. Is this person being mean?
Which is funny because I feel like
this episode is a vile sandwich.
Out of 33 episodes, I feel like if you took the general overview of it, it would be reversed. I'd be the one like, I would kill everyone. But for some reason, this week you are on it, dude. You are on it, and I'm here for it.
Some stuff just really gets under my skin, and I have no patience. Like, when my patience is low, that's when I'm like, jail.
Right to jail, right away.
Straight to jail, and I'm not joking.
You're right to
Bonk.
jail.
Horny jail. I love that meme so much. We're going to do another one of our favorite segments here that we've done one other time, but we really enjoyed, and it was one of your favorite segments too, apparently, called r/AITA on Reddit. AITA, of course, being short for Am I the Algorithm? Just kidding, it's Am I the A-hole, but this is a non-family friendly, family-friendly show. Mm-hmm. Where we talk about unaliving people. We have morals.
But not with cursing.
We don't have anything against cursing. I don't mind if you curse. I mind if your cursing could kill me. Then straight to jail.
Oh, see? Perfect. See? We're on par for the course.
I've not read this post yet. I just read the title. We want to talk about it and determine, is this person the a-hole in the situation? Are you ready, sir?
Are they? People are asking.
Am I the a-hole for laughing at my mother-in-law's beliefs to her face? I thought this was a wild thing. You said what?
Probably
off the bat?
Probably not, because most mother-in-laws suck. But
if your mother-in-law looks at you in the face and she's like, we didn't go to the moon, you laugh in her face. 100%. We definitely did not go to the moon back then. Look at that, Bucky. How did they make the call? Well, you can laugh. Are you ready, sir?
Bring it.
I, male, mid-20s, have been in a long-term relationship with a woman, early 20s, for some time. How long of a some time, Mr. Mid-20s versus early 20s? Mm-hmm. How long is some time?
Instant sus.
Keep going, sir. Do tell. We had similar yet different upbringings, whereby we hold tightly aligned values, but extremely different worldviews. This relationship's not going to work. That is to say, she is super woo-woo, and I am not. What the frick does
woo-woo?
That mean? What the heck does that mean?
You keep going. I'm on an Urban Dictionary woo-woo.
It's probably like...
Was that W-O-O?
W-H-O-O? W-O-O-W-O-O. So she's woo-woo, he's not. She's a very intelligent woman, and we are both great communicators, and so we have frequent discussions about our beliefs. That's healthy. This relationship is going to be just fine. Never mind.
Woo-woo is like...
Rah-rah?
Woo-woo. Slang term to describe those who believe in phenomena that lacks substantial evidence.
Oh. So, like, she's looking at you and saying, I don't think we went to the moon because that lacks substantial evidence.
Can you believe the woo-woo nonsense?
The Earth is flat. Oh, well. I'm going to laugh at you.
Continue.
Yeah. Okay. Well, we can have another discussion about your life partner thinking things that you think are completely outlandish to a degree of, like, there's a 50% chance that your child thinks like you or a 50% chance your child thinks like them. Think about that. Anyways, for quite some time, I've been well aware that most, if not all, of my partner's more questionable beliefs have been inherited directly from her very domineering mother. She regularly offers her own unprompted input on any and everything, ranging from interpersonal conflicts to events on the world stage. Everything is energies, foretold in astrology, or Big X. Insert your favorite conspiracy theory here, like Big Pharma. She is well aware that I share no opinions along these lines, as I have politely told her so in the past. But nonetheless, she frequently sends me this week's astrological predictions, or her most recently rectally sourced fact about what's going on in the world.
Rectal.
Did you hear China shut down the phones? On the rare occasion I've been asked my thoughts, my answer is invariably met with mild derision. Derision or derision? It's got to be derision.
Never
heard that word. I don't think I've ever heard that word used.
I haven't either.
It's met with derision or chuckles by her. As bad as that may sound, the reality is that it genuinely has never caused any problems between us. Sounds like a couple of grown people. Sounds like you're both grown. People can be different, and that's fine. How about that? We've maintained a healthy and very friendly relationship. I simply don't care what one delusional person thinks of my beliefs. And her significantly smarter daughter is seeing the cracks. That's good. I've rarely ever spoken against her, and never more than a simple, I don't think that's true, but okay. Come last week, though, she caught me in a more combative mood. When she began her conspiracy talk, I openly laughed, as she had done to my beliefs in the past. I'm going to asterisk that. Which took her aback. I told her it was ridiculous nonsense, and that she couldn't back it up. To which she dropped the amazing bombshell. Life is subjective. Not everything, Karen. To keep it succinct, after some Googling by her to read out tangentially relevant articles, I stated that nothing she'd said substantiated her original claim, which was true, and the conversation ended there. Since then, mother-in-law has complained to my partner that my response was rude and closed-minded to new ideas. I love that.
Of course.
You're woke. You're woke. You're just like woke. You're just like, I'm just a free thinker, and so you just don't get it. My partner
You didn't immediately agree to what I said, so you're wrong.
And I'm a free thinker.
Yeah.
I'm a visionary. My partner is sympathetic to both sides. Her mother, for obvious reasons, and myself, as she's seen her mother deride me. That's another form of that word, derision.
It is derision, yeah.
Her mother did what to you? She's seen her mother deride me.
Meaning she was riding?
He did what in his cup? She's seen her mother deride me before.
You deplane? What's that mean? You were planing.
In order for her to have seen her mother deride you, that means she saw her mother ride you. And I draw the line there. She's seen her mother deride me for my beliefs before. As a result, she has bowed out of the conflict and refused to pick sides, which I fully support. I fully admit that laughing at her was antagonistic. I love when you can admit that you're being antagonistic.
Yes,
I love it.
That's fun.
I love it. But I've met the same response from her many times. Again, asterisk. My partner thinks MIL, mother-in-law, was just surprised as she thought I was someone with whom she could share her beliefs without being laughed at. But I strongly believe close-minded is shorthand for disagrees with me. And that the real issue to her is that I challenged her to defend her beliefs more so than the manner in which I did it. Am I the a-hole? No.
I can't say because you didn't say what it was. I can't. If he had said, she said the earth is flat and I laughed at her face, I'd be like, yeah, she's stupid.
Can you not tell by the fact that he had the literal Urban Dictionary word woo-woo ready to go? That it was something, I bet you it was along the lines of China shut down our phones for the day.
Well, I don't know, because according to what I read, woo-woo could include like religious. A non-religious person could call a religious person woo-woo.
Would a religious person, especially in the frame that you're thinking, say everything is energies, everything is big pharma, everything is no.
Fair.
And life is subjective is not something that a religious person, especially in the frame that you're thinking, which is more than likely Christianity, would say. Almost certainly. Almost certainly.
Sweet.
Almost certainly. Not certainly, but almost certainly.
Almost sweetly.
And so I don't think that's a valid reason not to say, no, I don't think you're the a-hole. I don't know that she is. She sounds like she has been in the past.
Yeah,
in this situation, I don't know that she is.
Right. I don't think I can deem an a-hole in this situation because I don't think most mother-in-laws at times are terrible. At times, most mother-in-laws are terrible.
I was thinking that through here, and I was like, does he realize what he's saying? And I was like, he definitely realizes what he's saying. But I thought I heard that at first as most mother-in-laws are terrible. As I was like, first of all, you've only had one, so you're not doing yourself any favors here, pal. No, that's not a statement to which I care to comment on at all. I love and very much get along well with my mother-in-law.
I wish I could say
separating myself. Yeah. So I was like, sounds like you're not in that boat. I'm separating myself from that completely. And crossing it out with the X.
Yeah.
Anyways, you said most mother-in-laws are at times terrible. Again, not in my shoes. You keep going.
At times, I want to reiterate.
Yes.
That being said, them laughing at them for thinking something, I don't think you're an a-hole for doing that. I don't know. I would honestly.
It kind of sounds to me like this person, this woo-woo mother-in-law, is doing the thing you said happens last week. We're like, this guy thinks we went to the moon. Let's all laugh at him. And you're like, everyone's laughing at you. You're not laughing at me. You might be laughing at me, but you're not with the world laughing at me. The world is laughing at you. Those are your words. Phrased a little differently, but your words, correct?
Right.
That sounds to me like what's happening when this person, the poster, is saying other things like, I have a take for you real quick, okay? I have a take. I can verify with this person still. This is 4 years old at this point, has to be. I could verify with this person that their entire family on both sides, theirs and their spouse's families, both, over like a shared like dinner. We're talking about how much crap is it? And spoiler alert, or trigger warning, I am technically getting political, but I'm not giving any stances on it or asking for yours. How much crap is it that Joe Biden don't have the stones to debate Trump? He won't debate Trump. He will not have a debate with the great God incarnate, Donald J. Trump. He won't debate him. This came up in a conversation with this person. I'm like, yeah, we're having dinner with our families. And like, I can't believe he won't debate Trump. And I was like, I've not heard that. Is that true? Seriously. That was my thought. I was like, is that true? I've not heard that. He won't debate him. Looked it up. It was not true. Neither side would have a debate at the time. And then they did end up having debates anyways. So like, at the time they were like, sides can't agree to have a debate. And then they did have a debate anyways. But the whole thing, he don't have the unmitigated gall to have a debate with our president. I bet he doesn't even stand for the flag.
Debate.
Yes. And I'm like, that's not true. Let me look that up. And so to me, I'm like, I find that comical. I would laugh at the fact that 10-second Google search. And you know how I got this person to believe me, by the way? Because at first they didn't believe me. Even though I Googled it.
They switched.
They switched because I found a Fox News article backing up what I was saying. I found Fox News agreeing with what I was saying. Fox News said, yeah, neither side can agree to have a debate. It's like, oh, well, it must be true then.
An extremely political person is perhaps the worst to argue with.
Yeah, it's
so I'm honestly amazed that they switched sides.
As someone who said that I'd just knock 25 of y'all out and no problem, they can be very hard to argue with people like that, yeah.
Isn't that fun, though? It's so fun whenever you have Thanksgiving dinner, and there's always Uncle Tommy over there.
And you know you're the only non-person in there.
And it could be whoever's running the country at the time. Them daggone blankety blanks, they rode into this country. And it's just funny to listen to them. Because like,
it's so consistent.
Right. Dude, like,
and unchanging.
Those people are just funny. Literally today, I ran to AutoZone to get my wife some more antifreeze. Antifreeze coolant, whatever.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
The guy at the self-checkout, all I did was walk up with the bottle of coolant. I'll get you over here. Okay, whatever. At first he was talking to me. He goes, people come in here expecting me to know how to fix their cars. I'm a parts salesman. I don't know how to fix your car. It's your job to know how to fix your car. You can look it up. You can do whatever you want. And you come in here and you buy the part. I can sell you the part. I can tell you what we have. I'm like, I never seen you before in my life, bro. I don't do this for money.
Why are you talking to me?
If they paid me more money, I would do that. I started this job, I was making $10-15 an hour. And now I'm like, what is happening?
This guy's definitely a treat on Thanksgiving Day, yeah.
That's what I'm saying. You know.
He's definitely 4 beers deep, yelling at the Cowboys, and then turning on Newsmax and conspiracy theorying all night.
Yeah,
is that a word? Theory?
They're fun. They're fun to watch.
It's fun until you realize, we matter the same in this country. We're listened to the same. Anyways, we went so off the rails this episode. This was our most unhinged episode to date by far.
I can't wait to eventually say what was my "Am I the A-hole" story. First off, I want to reiterate. I want to reiterate with yours that I can't answer at this point in time. I honestly want to know what the subject was about.
Bro. Give me a break. Yes, you can. This is so unlike you. Give me a break.
I love to have all the parameters in front of me. I want all of the evidence, and then I'll make a decision.
Let me see if I can find on the thread real quick.
Go ahead. While you're doing that, my story that we will get to at some point, the one that I specifically chose, Am I the A-hole? This is the title. Am I the A-hole for being truthful and admitting that I find my wife unattractive after her surgery? My money's on probably. But that's how these work, dude. That's how these work. Is the Am I the A-hole titles? You're always like, yeah, you're terrible. But then when you read the story, I'd say a good, 60% of the time, you're like, oh, no, you're not.
The post has been deleted since I got to it, by the way. It's gone. We are the only evidence of this post. How about that? I can read comments, but the post is gone. Oh.
Wow.
Interesting. It got taken down for stupid Reddit reasons. Someone said, you're the a-hole for the weak defense of being in a combative mood. Interesting conversation seems to be code for I like to poke holes in her beliefs because it's like Sudoku for me. You're better off not discussing these topics in the long run if your trigger is to laugh. I don't believe in that stuff either, but I wouldn't laugh at someone's beliefs if I respected those beliefs. I'm at the point in my life personally where I don't respect a lot of these beliefs. A lot of them. Like the crazy, super outlandish stuff. I respect people with different opinions. I do. I respect a lot of people with different opinions. The easiest one to be, for me, is you can differ, for me, religiously or have no religious beliefs at all. I believe you should be able to do that. I believe you should be able to practice that or not practice if that's your thing. And I will fight for your right to do so. So I absolutely respect different beliefs. That's just one example.
Okay.
But this said, if I respected those beliefs, I don't think every belief needs respected. What about the Pastafarians? Remember them?
I don't even know what that means.
Remember them? They wore the colanders on their head and they prayed to the flying spaghetti monster. Should you respect those beliefs? This might have only been a joke. I bet there's at least one of them out there in this great country we call home. I bet there's at least one of them in this great country we call home. Should we respect that belief?
My stance on it is with everything else. If you believe the moon landing was fake, I disagree. I respect you until you disrespect me and my beliefs. If you
This person
don't
has
believe,
laughed at them multiple times as we asterisked, by the way. They laughed at their beliefs multiple times. Ha! So you don't think that there's microchips in the vaccine? Sheep. That kind of crap. Am I wrong? Tell me I'm wrong. Tell me I'm wrong.
It's the moment that you disrespect me, whether it's because I disagree with you or because I have a belief different than you, whatever the reason is. I promise you, we can have politically whatever. It could be the most like harsh debate ever. If we disagree, but you're like, hey, I think this way, you think that way, cool, we're cool. But it's the moment you're like, you think blank. I'm like, okay, we need.
It sounds to me like she was like having a conversation. He's listening, and which he did say he realized he was being antagonistic. I don't know if they were being intentionally antagonistic. Sometimes I hear stuff that's so crazy that I cannot help but laugh. I have heard things from other family members in recent years that I'm like, I'm laughing. I play it off out of respect for you as a person, not out of respect for your beliefs. Out of respect for you as a person, and also out of respect for the fact that you are so old, and out of it that why would I bother trying to change your mind? That I laugh at it instinctively when you say it, but then I play it off so that you don't feel disrespected as a person. But then I don't comment on it. I just go, yeah, and I'll stroke the fire a little bit to be like, tell me more about this. Tell me more.
Stoke the fire.
Tell me more about how Michelle Obama is a closeted transgender.
You're stroking that fire.
You did not bite nearly hard enough on the subject that I just said.
No, I got distracted by stroking the fire.
Did you even hear what I said?
Yeah.
Okay. I might cut that out too. Everyone is saying this guy is the a-hole, by the way. Everyone is saying this guy's the a-hole, which I think is crazy. They're all saying it. Someone said he's the a-hole because you had a relationship with your mother-in-law that had boundaries and you changed them on the fly without them being on guard. And I don't necessarily know if that's true, especially if they said something and
we don't know that.
We don't know that at all.
Yeah.
So, what a crazy episode. I hope all of our listeners don't hate our guts after this.
Why would
Mine,
they?
at least.
They might hate yours.
I might have said, I'll kill you.
Yeah, you did.
I'll kill you for a 7-Eleven Slurpee. No, I wouldn't.
No. It would take 2 7-Eleven Slurpees.
And a Payday bar.
Payday is one of the most underrated bars.
It is. Hey, real talk. What's better? I'll give you a couple things head to head. Peanut butter filled pretzels or Nutty Bars, Little Debbie.
Peanut butter filled pretzels. Yes! I did answer that honestly, but I was like, I hope this is against whatever you say.
I have another one. What's better? Nutter Butters. You know Nutter Butters? Peanut?
Yeah.
They're good. Or the Girl Scout cookie tagalongs, the peanut butter patties. Also very good.
I haven't had either in forever. I'm going to guess tagalongs.
Okay.
Nutty Buddies are much better than Nutter Butters.
Peanut butter filled pretzels, not like the pillow-shaped ones. Or tagalongs.
Probably peanut butter filled pretzels.
Oh, not me. I'd rather have mint-covered chocolate. Or chocolate-covered mint.
Your opinion means nothing to me in this situation. Nothing.
Oh, if there's a subject my opinion should have some meaning on, it's peanut butter, pal. Because one of my favorite YouTube shows, they call themselves the Peanut Butter Boys because how much they love peanut butter. It's
okay, what's that have to do with anything?
They got this dead wrong. Terrible opinions on this. I think they have no right to call themselves the Peanut Butter Boys. To say that most especially, of the generic peanut butter filled pretzel pillows with a tiny little space freeze-dried glob of peanut butter in there that could probably kill a man if it was shot out of a Nerf gun towards someone's eyeball is better than a Nutty Buddy Little Debbie bar.
They're called
not.
the peanut butter brothers. What do you expect? They're gonna vote for peanut butter.
Boys. Nutty Buddies are peanut butter.
Are they?
What do you mean?
I wouldn't have known that.
So you've not had one.
Wait, Nutter Butters?
Nutty Buddies was the first one. There's Nutty Buddies and Nutter Butters. Not to be confusing. Nutty Buddies.
Yes.
They're called Nutty Bars from Little Debbie. Do you even know what you were answering, or did you just say something? They're called the Peanut Butter Boys. They're going to vote for peanut butter. They're both peanut butter. It's a peanut butter bracket.
They are peanut butter.
You skank.
Okay. Covered in a chocolatey... Nutty Bars are fantastic.
They're so
Nutty
good.
Buddies,
You didn't even know what they were.
I do. I did. I literally said earlier. I said Nutty Buddies are better than Nutty...
Are they peanut butter?
I didn't
That's the whole
know
thing.
they were peanut butter. That doesn't mean I don't know they're better. What are we doing?
We'll see y'all next week. I enjoyed this. Hern, you got anything else to say?
Peanut butter is superior. Peanut butter
Is superior. That's not true. Who dey?
Peace.